So, without wasting any time, let me just do a quick run through of episode 3 of Batchack Man, the Peacemakers. This episode is called The Hunted, right? Forgive me, I'm late to this one here, but just a lot of stuff came up the week before, so I couldn't really tackle that, right? So what this episode is in a nutshell, it just kind of follows right after where the last episode stopped, where the OH, I believe that's his name, was gunned down by this mysterious gunman, right? But before doing that now, our hero learns about this medallion that pretty much, has to do with this mysterious plant that's, this villain is pretty much using to synthesize and make drugs out of, basically, right? So like this is just him on this search, just trying to figure this thing out, right? And the show opens with that, with him pretty much trying to figure things out, right? But at the same time now we're actually like introduced to the peacemakers. We see the how to describe it, but you basically see the boss who's running the whole show. You actually saw her in the final moment because they usually end with stingers. These episodes, you saw her at the end of episode 1, right? Also, you see more of this assassin character who was introduced, in the last episode. This would be 17, right? If you remember her, the actress, she was in Black Land, right? So it's the same actress, right? And along with that, though, I mean, we see other characters as well. We see other assassin characters. They're women as well, too. They're badasses as well, I should say, 19 and 20. And we also see this henchman guy who was introduced in the first episode. This guy who really likes to smile a lot. Sorry, he's very smarmy. I know he's a bit of a e-hole, the character himself, but that's just who he is, right? But yeah, he's up to the good as well, right? And essentially, oh yes, and last but not least, we also see what happens to the character of Blood Poison. That's the antagonist that was introduced in the premiere episode as well. He was arrested after the event of the first episode, and now we see some kind of stuff going on behind the scenes with him being in trial and whatnot. But basically, we see the aftermath of that, right? And we see more or less a hint of what we could see what to expect going forward, right? So, what was really interesting about this episode here is the little of Batchack Man that we see in this. Actually, we don't really see him at all. The character himself, we do see Keon's character. He's there in numerous scenes, right? And they do this thing. I'm not sure if it's a comic book thing, but I know I see this before in comic book related material, right? Where usually the main character will kind of take a backseat for other characters to be introduced and for them to just kind of work their way into the story. And I felt like this is what Keon was aiming at with this episode here. But it did feel a little off, though, a little weird at times, so because like I was expecting to see the character himself with the mask on, you know what I mean, doing that stuff. But it was just mainly Keon, well, his character, unmasked, and he is just, searching for stuff. Ever so often he will fight, a goon. Well, in this case, he fights one of the fights, yeah, I think he fights one of the assassins, one of the peacemaker assassins, basically, right? But it's just basically like I think it's like probably one or two bits of dialogue that he has throughout the show. Actually, one in particular he delivers off screen. I thought that was really like weird, right? But I don't know. Like I guess this is all intentionally. I guess this is the point of it. It's just mainly, this is the stepping stone for other characters to be introduced into the story, or characters that were there before to be developed even further. I guess that's the point or the intention of this episode here. But for me, I felt like we could have seen more of the Batchack Man character himself. I mean, with the mask and whatnot, right? There's a considerable amount of action in this too, which caught me by surprise too. Not a lot of fighting per se, but a lot of gunplay in this episode as well too. And I would say the character 17, yeah, she's awesome, just as awesome as she was in Blackland. By the way, I know we're supposed to be getting I believe the last episode for this very soon. I'm looking forward to that. Very soon, right? But yeah, I thought that she delivered in this too, even though she doesn't see much, but she just kind of delivers a lot, physically, I would say, I mean, just being tough, just being, just a badass, true and true, right? But still, at the end of the day, I really did come out of it wishing that we saw more of the Batchack Man character. I wish that, we just got like a little bit more dialogue from him, because I just felt like he was just more or less sidelined because we just needed to bring in all these other characters just because, right? But again, the story is going in this. I'm still really digging the piece of the show here. and especially just how just how the story is developing over time. I am still impressed by this though. But I do hope in the next episode, that will be episode 4, that we see more of the Batchack Man character, right? That's just me. So yeah, I mean, this was a decent episode overall though. It was a little different, actually. I should say not a little different. It was a lot different, I would say, compared to the last two, mainly because we don't really hear but Keon speak that much, and we don't really see the Batchack Man character. But still, in terms of just more or less establishing who these peacemakers are and what their role is in this overall story, it works very comic bookish. But I mean, this is the world that it's being presented here, right? Even though it's contemporary Trinidad, right? I'm not sure when we're gonna get the following episode, but I do hope that we get it very soon as well, right? Because yeah, I just really want to see what happens next month. So yeah, another worthwhile episode. So if you haven't checked it out, please go to GT Caribbean. Just search for it, and yeah, you'll see the episodes thus far, including this episode 3 here. And yeah, that's all I have to say.